Alright, I'm gonna cook them up and eat them. It's not too big, but I'll still eat them. See that? Armadillo! There's an armadillo. I've never seen one of those.
Oh, there's a snake right where you stepped.
What?
There's a snake right where you stepped.
What kind?
There's a shoe print. Here's the snake. I don't know what kind.
It's all quartz and quartzite.
Ooh, little guy. Bowfish.
Using a little green worm fly.
He's got like iridescence on his chin. Did you see that?
Alright, so severe thunderstorms coming in. I just grabbed a bunch of quartzite out of the creek. And Leah said, "Why do you want to bust your shoulder up?" And I said to her, that stuff is easier to knap than Norman Skill is. Because it is, it flakes better. Alright, so just real quick, I napped a quartzite blade. It has the little black pepper specks in it. Napped a little tiny fluted thing. And test it. It's an oak branch. So I pulled over to try a little bit of fly fishing right in here. There's really tiny little tiny brook trout. But I noticed this chunk of rock, actually Leah pointed it out. And I've been looking for a gray quartzite, which is what the paleo guys used around here. Took a chip off, gray quartzite. I don't know if that's it or not, but it seems pretty sturdy. Pretty sturdy compared to the other stuff. You could still snap it by pressing on it. But we're gonna give this a try right here. See if I can make a knife. It's a pretty big chunk, so I got lots of tries.
Look how clear this creek is. Like, look at this.
A little fly worm. There we go. Did you get that?
Yeah. Oh.
Quartzite.
So once you get into it, then it's maybe a little bit easier to work with.
You can see it's not really low quality either. Make a nice spearhead out of that. See that? And every big rock you see here is quartzite. Even this rock that doesn't look like much. Everything's slimy here. It's all quartz and quartzite. Flake flew off right here. slimy. It's super slippery. Almost all of this rock is knappable. Almost all of it. Cool. Wow. First river fish up here, fall fish, on a worm fly. I just let it drift with a little tiny bobber. There's a beaver in the water right next to me. Trying to fish, beaver. What you doing?
Ooh, there's a snake right where you stepped.
What?
There's a snake right where you stepped.
What kind?
There's a shoe print. Here's the snake. I don't know what kind. Oh, he's tiny. Hello. Hello, right? Looks cute.
Where? Oh, I see. There is moose at Mount Moosalamoo. Wow. Get a little bit of a look at what these forest roads look like. There's not too much around. This is one of the nicer campgrounds I've been to. There's 19 sites. There's 3 bathrooms. There's a bike trail. There seems to be all kinds of stuff around. Campground bike loop. And there's a nice big trail. Moosalamoo Trail. Right down there. Cool, man. Most of the rock here. It's quartzite. Can't nap it. It's decent. They have a bathroom here. So that's really nice. Pretty well spaced out. Just caught my car running so I can hop in and out here. Pretty nice. I'll go from there. I'm just going to check out the site here real quick. They look pretty small. They also look really nice. Nice table. fire pit. Testing rocks. Here's a limestone. Dark gray. There we go. See what we got here. Look at that. After this, I stopped at a farm stand. God. Duck eggs, duck eggs. We got duck eggs, duck eggs. We got duck eggs, eggs, duck eggs. All kinds of meat. An entire goose for $100. Beef kebabs. All kinds of meats. Duck legs. So, in the creek, I'm looking for the gray kind of stuff. This is crap. This just breaks. Might make a good flake knife, but it's really, really brittle. This is the good stuff. The gray stuff is the good stuff. See that? And it just looked like a cobble. Tested it. Just want to show you what kind of super delicate flaking I can do here on this stuff. On focus. There you go. Alright, so I found a piece of quartzite like this. And I napped it into that. Fluted both sides, spit it into this blowgun dart. We'll give it a little test on that. Cap came off. And right over here. Perfectly fine. So in this episode, I have a travel companion that's not Leia. His name is Jeb.
Hi, Jeb.
Sup, Jeb?
Say hi, Jeb.
And he's just gonna walk
He's
with me.
shy.
He's just gonna walk with me the rest of the way. So I made this in the shadow of the full eclipse. Isn't that cool? It's not for sale. tiny crappie.
Crappie. Wow, look at this pattern.
Black crappie. Little tiny guy. Alright, gonna put him back.
Look at this little guy. God, he's tiny. Here we go. Wait, wait. There they go.
Moving the RV today. This campground has been kind of awesome. Kind of had a lot of room to ourselves. Wasn't so cool being right next to the poop station though. That is a beaver. Massive block. I took a flake off here and made a little tiny fluted point. Test it real quick. It's on a blow dart. Those are fireflies. See them? So I am at the Jackson Gore paleoindian site. The one site was about right here. The other one is off over there. Just get a feel. They're camping right here. So these are the artifacts found at the Jackson Gore site, and you can see it's not the best material. There's Norman scale on the bottom left, a quartzite in the middle. I'm not sure on that small point, and the others look to be quartzite rhyolite. Probably camped this whole patch of flat land here. You can see the circled Clovis fluted point, as they call it, in the middle there. I'm going to replicate that point towards the end of the video and give it a test with the atlatl. It's a really interesting fluted point and a pretty interesting size in my opinion. Okay, we'll record the sign. Paleo-Indian artifact site. Okemo Mountain Resort preserved the site, which is found to contain artifacts from prehistoric early Paleo-Indian, 11,000, 10,000. Artifacts from the site have been curated by the University of Vermont Consulting Archaeology Program. And that just says the same thing. Ooh, look at this. I'll take some of that. Pine pitch. Fluted point in the hand here for size comparison, so you could see how kind of small it was. Looks like somebody's been driving in here. Pine sap all over my hands. You could almost imagine them sitting here and having their campfires and working on their stone tools, repairing their weapons and getting ready for the hunt. Other side is right there. One right about here. And then now it's cold and robot. Yes. I'm here at the lake in the rain with this Clovis that I made into the haft like that. I'm going to try to wrap it right onto the stick. I'll haft it. Really beautiful point. There's the exit wound. That's pretty crazy. Here's the point. No damage. Sharp as heck. Still hafted. I'd say that does the job. I'm going to call this Esopus. Nice. It's snowing and it's flooded. What are the fish doing? In this video, we are going to find flint, Esopus, and Helderberg chert, and we're going to test it with an atlatl spear thrower. There's all kinds of flint right here. Cold. It's like 20 degrees. Well, it's 25 now. Last night, I got in late last night, as usual, and just car camped this time. I slept in the back of the car, and it was very, very, very cold. I'm glad I had 0-degree weather sleeping bags. But decided to come down and look for flint, see what I could find along stretches here in the mountains, and I'm just going to explore around and see what I could find. I'm going to be heading west. Because this stuff has limestone mixed in. Here's a piece of limestone. Here's a piece of flint with limestone in it. So you can see how similar that looks. And then here you have the flint. It's just a little tiny piece. About half of this is flint. If you put side by side, you could see limestone, flint, limestone. Here's a bunch more. Some right here. This piece right here. Right next to limestone. That's a pretty big piece. I'm going to take that. This is also flint. But it's very, very low quality. And has a lot of flaws in it. So I don't really like to use this stuff. I always look for the higher quality. Here. I mean, this has dirt on it. But you can see the smooth surface here and here. But if you look at this and you see that one crack going through, that would flake off compared to this gray. And you could see the lines running through it. And you could see how this would not work too well for flint knapping. It would work for flint and steel, but this would be better for flint knapping. You can see it's two different materials. This one's gray blue, this one's dark gray. Found some more that this actually looks like higher quality. That gray stuff, let's see what this side looks like. Yeah, I will take that piece. That's a good piece. That's probably a good piece right next to it. I'll take those. These are perfect for spear points and small knives. These will work great. It's got a little bit of limestone in it. The flint starts right here. You can see the line of where it starts. That's all limestone. So this would make a good knife, actually. That's a decent size. This is the highest quality I've found of this gray-blue stuff. So that's really exciting. I've been looking for this gray-blue stuff, and it's usually in small little pockets and not really able to be knapped into a knife, arrowhead, or spear point.
There's another piece.
Yep, that's kind of a weird shape with a lot of limestone.
Yeah, that's how we usually find it. It just is really chunky.
This is what I usually find.
But you have a
Big
nice
pocket of limestone, chunky and small.
What you just found is like a nice slab of it.
Here's more. That's a good arrowhead size. Spear point. Good morning. Day 3. Tired. So, let's see, how am I going to do this? I'm going to flip it around now. Show you where I'm at. The sun is really bright. So there's logging roads. It's literally a logging road. There's right there. And off these logging roads are little called primitive campsites. And this one has more than most usually do. It has a table and fire pit. And all along this logging
Turn
road
right
here,
on Brown Road.
all along this logging road are these little primitive campsites with a picnic table and a fire pit. And you could stay here for up to...
Head northwest on Truck Trail 8 toward Brown Road, then turn right onto Brown Road.
You could stay here for up to 13 days. It's pretty cool. But I'm heading west more, so I'm gonna get back in the car and head out. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. It's literally just in the middle of a huge patch of wilderness with logging roads. The roads are clear. You could drive down them. They're really well kept because the trucks keep coming down. And they actually even have porta pots way in the back that I stumbled across. All right, so I gotta get driving. I'll see you guys soon. All right, so we're in an area that has limestone. And there is a big creek right here, so I'm gonna hop down and see if there's anything.
Find something?
It's right here. Right at the waterfall. This is definitely Flint. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Nice.
Let me see if it smells. It smells like creek mud. But that's a good Flint.
I mean, it's
Oh. Cool. It's big enough to make a knife out of. That's a big chunk. I don't see any damage in it either. Just right here a little bit.
nice.
Nice. Right here, look. All right, so we've got a little bit of that. This is called Helderberg chert, I believe. It's either Helderberg or it's Esopus. But either way, we're gonna nap this, what we found in the creek, and we're gonna test it. We're gonna test it on an out-loud dart. This is really tough material here. From the tip. We are going to thin it right there to haft it. Scary. All right, we're going to put this on a dart and test it. That looks pretty sick. Does have a curve to it, but I don't think that's going to affect it all that much. Very slight curve. Okay, we'll put this on a dart and get back to you. On a dart, we got the atlatl. Pretty big wound. Let's see. Big wound right there. Entrance wound. Also pretty big. Right there. And the point came a little loose. Draining out, so point did good. I'm going to call this Esopus. Nice. Good hunting point.
Everybody. This before, because I also sell the email stuff, because it's such a hard thing to get it right. I always tell.
All right, we are gonna cook ostrich meat today, and I'm gonna do it with starting a fire with flint and steel. This is flint I found in a creek right there, and we're gonna test it to see if it does good sparks. All right, multiple spots there. Okay, put down the flint and steel, wrap it up into the birch bark bundle here. There we go. Let that catch, push it under, like so. So, Vermont chert definitely makes sparks. Really nice flint knife that I'm going to use to cut up the ostrich meat. And this is what the flint looked like before I shaped it. We'll let that burn down until I get some coals. All right, you want to cook ostrich meat on high heat. All right, so we got our flint knife. We got some ostrich steaks. It's really bloody. Let's see what it looks like. Ostrich meat is a red meat. It's ostrich steaks. Let's get a good look at that. All right, we got 3 steaks, it looks like. One more steak. All right, those are in the pan. Now it's at high heat. Might have made it a little too hot. We will see. I'm gonna need a pot holder. So this is looking pretty good. Let's see here. Put that back on the fire. Probably could have let the other side go a little more. let it darken up a little bit. Sizzling nice. Yeah, that's still gotta go more on both sides. We'll see how that looks when it's done. Alright, so it said don't cook it past medium rare. We'll see how it looks. Smells good. Let's test the little one first. See what it looks like. We'll use the flint knife. See how it looks inside. It's about medium. That looks pretty good. How about the fatter part? Yeah, that's about medium. All right, so we got that cooked pretty perfectly then. Okay. Good, good. They look good to me. That looks like medium. It said medium rare. Medium is good for me. Test this piece right here. It looks like that could go a tiny bit more. Maybe these two a tiny bit more. Just a tiny bit. All right. That looks good to me. Still a little bit pink. Good to go. So I'm just gonna cut a piece off the end here and give it a try. Might be a little overcooked, but I'm still gonna eat this. It kind of tastes like venison. It has that little bit of gamey taste. Tastes like venison. This is an ostrich. That is weird, man. I mean, it doesn't taste exactly like venison, but it tastes like venison. It's really good. I made some filet too, so we're gonna have that with dinner. That's a thumbs up for me. That is tasty. Alright, so we brought it inside. I wanted to try some ketchup on it, and don't really like it. Here's the meat. She made some corn and potatoes and a salad. And I got some kombucha, gingerberry. This is really, really good.
It definitely is a red meat. If you didn't tell me what it was, I would just assume that that was a steak. Just
Beef.
a cow, yeah. A slight aftertaste of like turkey.
Turkey aftertaste. That's, yeah, like venison.
But it's really mild.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely tastes mostly like a cow.
We are gonna eat this.
It's really good.
I think I cooked it really well. It's how the instructions said to cook it. Tastes really good.
I'm shocked actually. I thought it was going to be very gamey. I don't really...
It's not that gamey.
I don't think it's very gamey at all.
Mm-mm. Okay, we're gonna eat. Have a good one, guys.
We are walking along the Appalachian Trail to a spot that people said was pretty cool and we should check it out. So we are gonna check it out. So we are here now at the suspension bridge. Just came across the suspension bridge, which I think is where we're heading. There's a sign up here that says Bob Brugman lost at the site while hiking the trail he loved. Third and Gore Bridge replacement. Supported in his honor by family and friends. So this is Clarendon Gorge. And Jake's having vertigo. Oh no! Oh
The movement is getting
no! The
me.
vertigo has struck.
Okay, at least I was able to turn around.
Aww. You've been doing so good lately with the vertigo.
You'll see why. Go step
Oh
out.
wow, look at this.
Go ahead, go step out.
Go step out. Suspension bridge. Is it gonna move? Oh god, yes. This is not so bad at first. Oh no, this is this is sketchy. Okay, yeah, that is bouncing. Oh my god. I don't really want to be holding the camera. I want to hold on with both hands. That does not feel stable. Wow, this is cool though. Alright. Oh god, okay. Bravery. Bravery. There's somebody coming, so I'm gonna back off. Wow, it's bouncing a lot. Oh, that's sketchy.
Yeah. Somebody coming behind.
Yeah.
So, Vermont, Black River, Community Flybrary. Take and leave a fly. So, I got some flies. I'm gonna leave a bunch. Because I have an overabundance. Okay, be right back. I left a bunch. This one was here. Wow, cool. And that's the Black River down here. I actually don't see a way down here. It's pretty steep. Pretty steep. Yeah, no. I'm not trying to get down that right now. Alright. Head out. In the water. Little one. This is channel cat.
Look at those whiskers.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere else tomorrow. This is fun. So I found a bunch of new Flint sources of river cobble, which is awesome. Some of it's pretty pure, like there's no flaws in it. But I'm also going to check out the whole area. I'm going to look at the lake. I'm going to try some fishing. Okay, so I've never been up there. I don't know what's up there. I looked at the map a little bit. So come hang out. I'm in the car right now. There's not much room. Oh, yeah, you're just watching. Okay, never mind. It's a pretty nice river. Highway is like right over there. But easy path down Wooki River. I don't know what kind of fish are in here. I have the Fish Brain app that usually says what kind of fish are around. I'll check that in a minute. Oh, that looks like a nice spot. I might go back and get my pole again if I can cast from right here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna come back here in a minute and try this little puddle. Wooki River. I have no idea what's in here, so I'm using a little tiny spinner. Try a cast here. Break my pole.
What?
Another one. It's only about that big.
Are you serious?
It's right under that tree right there. Right at the campsite.
Yeah, that looks like a good spot. Are you serious though?
He zoomed out, he grabbed the worm, he swam back in, and I yanked too early, and I hooked him, and he came out of the water, he was hanging, and then he flopped off, and he was only like this big, like really like tiny.
Oh, I missed it. I was messing with the food.
So right here, laid out in the sun, we have a solar shower. The water inside heats up from the sunlight, and then you can take a shower. But it's getting dark. It's going to be dark very soon, so that's a nice looking steak. What's the butter that you get that seems to last a long time?
This is whipped butter.
Whipped butter. My sister got me this hammock. It's kind of dark. It's getting dark. Sun's going down here. See if I could brighten it a little bit. It's too bright. There's Leah, the fire. There's the creek. Just gonna rest in the hammock and digest. That was delicious. Chicken steak in the forest. I caught another one right there under that tree. It was tiny like that. Just flopped off the hook and went back in. Alright. Taking a nap.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
We actually back in again.
Made it to the campsite, but then we have the lake right out over there. The campsite, lake.
So you could just park anywhere here and walk like 20 feet that way, and it looks like you're in this extremely dense wilderness because you are. There's just this really busy road cutting through the middle of dense wilderness, and that's also very strange. I've been up to like Maine once, and I gotta loop around, I think. And we're further north than we were in Maine right now, so I've never been this far north, and I'm seeing a lot of new sights that I've not seen before.
Where's the moose?
It's telling me to cut down over here. Fish and Game Club. And I just wanted some samples from this creek here. So I got 2. It's enough for me. And I'm gonna head out.
Score.
Keeping this. Yeah, like that. Hey guys. I just came to the Iroquois Indian Museum in 324 Caverns Road, House Cave, New York. And it's right behind me here. I went inside to see what they had, and they had like drawers and drawers of Native American artifacts, spear points, arrowheads, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of carvings, bone carvings, and stuff found in the area here. And they have art and artifacts from all throughout time, from 13,000 years ago to right now. Water's way too high. It's like rapids in here. I talked to some locals on the way in. They said they've never seen the water this high before, so I can't go down and look at the cobbles. It's maybe about this deep of fast-moving water, so no good. But there are a ton of mushrooms here, right at my feet.
Some massive rock face. Is that all granite and gneiss? Or gneiss, however you pronounce it?
Basalt.
Wow, up there is all rock face too. Oh, you can't really see because of the rain.
There's a cloud on the hill right over there.
We're up in the clouds, guys. See that little cloud? north again. Against trail, and sure enough, wow. It's a big piece of quartz. Jeez. Let's get this cleaned up. What is that? Weird. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Which pool? Let's try this one. Okay. It's got like this weird.
I'm gonna try to nap. Piece of quartz. See. There we go. Nice. She handed it right to me as soon as I walked in. This is bacon, cheddar, and ranch on the fries. And just cheese, burger, bun, lettuce. What does that taste? So that's worthy. Mmm.
It's Wagyu beef.
Is that what it is? Wagyu beef. So that's a crazy taste. Let me try one of the fries and dip it ketchup. Alright, so this is a ranch sauce, cheddar, bacon, and the fries are cooked in beef tallow. So I'm gonna dip it. Well, maybe I won't dip this first rather than ketchup. I'm gonna try it without the ketchup. Alright, there it is. That's the flavor. That's a strong flavor. It's gonna make my eyes cross.
What kind of flavor?
It's just very strong. I don't know. It might be the tallow. Yeah, that's really good. It tastes like I'm eating a really exotic, expensive meat. Like camel. Or something.
What does camel taste like?
I would assume it would taste amazing like this. But I'm taking it really slow because it's really rich. Alright, so I found the only place in this section of the state that has any kind of coffee. So I got 2 of them. I got a headache. So, caffeine and Tylenol. Sun's going down. I found some promising locations today. So I found this nice little campsite. I'm gonna do a short little video here. Got the hammocks. But we're on a high ledge above a mountain river here. And I brought my fly pole, fly fishing. I'm gonna see if anything's down in these little pools here. I bet you there is. I bet you there is. We'll see. This ridge is higher than it appears on video. And all these rocks are covered in super slippery moss. Here, look. Giant boulders. And then, I bet you there's fish right in there. Yes, I bet you there's brook trout. I bet you it's wild too, little wild brook trout, because there ain't nobody around here. Managed to get this little guy. Yep. There he is. Beautiful. One last look. Alright, gonna throw him back.
It's got the same staining, kind of.
Yeah, this is a quartz though.
But yeah, it looks like quartz.
Quartz.
Hmm.
Alright. Well, pretty much every creek I've been to has had some kind of flint so far. A lot of the creeks are way over flooded right now. So I'm looking where I can, but even with limited option, I'm still finding stuff. It's good stuff too. It's really good stuff. This almost looks as if it is a limestone, but it's so high quality that I should see if this sparks. give it a test. I got this too. It's not so great, but
That quartzite stuff?
something to mess with. This is that tough stuff. Well, that's a lot of limestone. Yeah, that's limestone. No trick. Yep. Alright, I'm not seeing too much else. This whole stretch here, and I only found 4 pieces, maybe 5. Most of this is limestone. But there is high quality flint here as well. It's just going to be really hard to find. You'd have to spend a lot of time looking. What the? If anybody's wondering what this is it's a ferro rod and a little piece of ceramic, and it's made by Wazoo Survival Gear. And what you do, I'll show you. Pull this down, then you take this and you can start a fire with it. So that's an awesome bit of survival gear that you could get for yourself from Wazoo Survival Gear. Go check that out. I'll put the link somewhere, like here or down in the comments or in the description or something. I don't know. It's a fun little thing. I always start fires with it, and it's fun. I like it. I would love to make something big out of this kind of stuff. That is really pretty. Okay. Onwards. How you guys doing? I have some stuff that I pulled out of creeks. It's Onondaga chert. And I want to show you guys what has been going on with it. With this stuff, I've only really been able to make smaller points, which isn't bad. These are not bad points. And I'll show you why. I also got some rock, Onondaga, from Canada, from Ontario Rockhound. Now this stuff does not have the same problems that the stuff I'm finding in creeks is having. Here's the stuff I'm finding in creeks. And here's the stuff Ontario Rockhound sent me. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with this rock. Try this piece. Now the problem is, it fractures into cubes. So when you hit it, this piece doesn't look too bad right there. You see that blue-gray? The problem would be getting a decent, there we go, decent flake off. For the most part, breaks off into little pieces like that. If you tap it, it kind of just crumbles apart. This piece wouldn't be too good, as you can see there. And I still got all this. Now if I come in at the side, it does not seem to crumble into cubes as bad. Like that. And make a point right out of that. But I think what I'm gonna do is try to nap this piece down and see if I could come up with a tiny point. See how that cube just blew off? I'm gonna try coming in from right there to get rid of some of that turtle back. It's also really tough. And if you hit too hard, you're gonna mess it up. So I just hit right there. Pulled a good portion of that off. Seems like this rock really just wants to turn into triangles. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever worked a rock that it just seems to want to go a certain way, so damaged. All right. Now, just for another quick comparison, flake stuff. See what I mean? Came from this piece. So we got the fire going with a little piece of Onondaga chert and a steel striker. It's the beaver's footprint. You see it? Right there, look. We're out here looking for flint. Survival bushcraft. Flint knapping, arrowheads. And some flint for flint and steel. Good morning. I woke up and I'm like, I gotta go on a rock trip. So we're gonna go on a rock trip. We're gonna leave in a little bit. Rock trip, rock trip. Guess what, girlie? Huh? Rock trip.
Hey.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. I'm gonna bring 2 rock testing tools this trip. A caribou antler and a copper billet bopper. And I'll put in the product description these 2 items. You'll be able to see it and click products. Check it out, it's pretty cool. The last 2 points I made, this one on live stream, and this one in the Rock Shop episode. So it looks like we're going to have another challenging trip here because there's still a lot of snow. But we're going to be looking for chert, flint, for stone tools, arrowheads, bushcraft, and survival. Flint and steel. Works really good for flint and steel, the stuff that I'm going to go find. And it's a bit of a drive. And it's the middle, hopefully near the end of winter. So winter camp 2024. Rock hounding trip, let's go. We just hit 13,000 subscribers. Wow! 13,000 sub special, I guess. Thanks, guys. Alright, so something that happened to me when I was sick is they kept me in the hospital bed for too long, and I wound up with a blood clot in my leg that flew into my lung and caused pulmonary embolism. So whenever I'm on a rock trip, I always get out of the car after like at least at most 2 hours, and I just walk into a store and pick up some soda and stuff like that, just to stretch the legs and get the blood flowing in my legs so that I don't get the blood clots. And that could happen to anybody. So if you're doing these rock trips, I know some of you guys do now, make sure you stop and get out and walk. just a little bit. So do that if you're driving, just in bed, laying in bed for a long time. They call it rotting now. Or if you're on a plane, just sitting still. Anytime you're sitting still, make sure you move your legs. Real life survival tip. I've been through it. Fossil right here.
Fossil?
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, look. Like a shell.
I think it's one of those
Or-
little worm things. I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
Well, that's
There's-
cool.
Down here. There's another.
Oh yeah, right in there.
And another one. Wow.
Look at that.
Cool.
You can see here, there's limestone here, and there's limestone here. The flint is in between the limestone.
It's a lot smoother grain.
Let's give it a test. Nice blue-gray flint. Try to make a spear point out of this piece.
Let's see the inside again. Just want to get a good close up. Yeah, you can see how smooth grained that is.
I'll take this piece off too.
It's got some freeze damage though.
Yeah, we'll get rid of some of it. Smooth, glassy, and glossy for flint. For flint and steel and for arrowheads, flint knapping. That's what you're looking for. Something without as little defects as possible. You see that's really smooth in there. You just got to get rid of that limestone junk. I'm unsure if something is anything. It's best to just test it. I'm unsure on this piece. I don't think this is anything. It looks pretty grainy. So what's that weird basalt stuff? Check this out. This piece of limestone has a big flint vein running through it.
Wow.
It also has some quartz in it, it looks like. I don't think.
That's it.
I'll give it a little test to see. Nope. Nope. No, that is not flint. Some kind of basalt. Another little nugget of it.
So that's a
Limestone.
That's a really good example how you can see. So this is a really good example to show how the limestone is a kind of softer material and erodes away, leaving behind the chert.
The acids in the water dissolve it. And then the chert and flint tumble out. Got it in a second.
Limestone?
I am now checking all limestone because what I thought was limestone was actually a type of chert. So now whenever I see something that looks like this, I test it.
Are we close enough that we can go back to that spot?
Possibly. Alright, so we're down here at the creek and we are going to use our antler tool to test some rocks. I already found a little piece that looks promising. We'll just give it a little test. That's definitely flint. We're gonna keep this piece to test it with a flint and steel fire. It's a little too small for arrowhead. I could make an arrowhead out of that, but I'd rather use it for flint and steel. We'll give that a test in a little bit to set a nice fire. All right, we're gonna test this flint and steel. First, I want to test the shale flint. Take a strip of the char cloth that I made in a previous episode. I'm gonna take a piece of that shale flint. I want to see if it sparks. More char cloth in there. All right. No sparks with shale flint. All right. Use the little tiny Onondaga chunk we found then. So shale flint does not spark. Good to know. A little tiny fire going. Flint and steel with the Onondaga. The Esopus shale does not work for sparks. That's crazy, I did not know that. Okay. So we got the fire going with a little piece of Onondaga chert and a steel striker. Very, very tough flint. You see that? Take a sample.
I think I see some of that chart that's got the brown cortex. Ooh, it's all muddy. Ooh, you can see that freeze damage in there.
Yeah.
Kind of cool how it makes
This is
the
a
colors like that.
this is the shale flint because it's not as glossy. See there?
Oh yeah.
This will work for hunting. I don't know if it'll work for flint and steel. So we'll take this sample to test with the flint and steel because I have no idea if this works or not. I don't know if shale flints are strong enough to make a spark.
It'd be interesting to test it. There's more fossils. This area is just so full of fossils.
Very small vein of the good flint right here. Most of that is limestone. So I'm gonna leave this. Pure limestone.
Oh, look how it broke with those ripples again.
Yep.
You noticed that before?
Yep.
Limestone breaks with these.
The edges have ripples.
Not all the time, but sometimes. It's interesting.
It's definitely flint down there. I'm gonna cut around and see if we can find some more. Beaver activity. You see it? It took one tree and it's trying to take the other one.
Jeez. It's gonna take the whole row.
Look at that.
Where'd he take it? That's a whole tree. Like, come on. Where? Wow.
Flint. You'd see the limestone right there, right to the flint. I might be able to get something out of that. Look at the swirls of patterns in there. This is Onondaga. That's one of the ways you could tell Onondaga.
The light and dark color
Swirls, yeah.
Huh.
And then I think there's another piece right here, but it's small. Look, guys. It's the beaver's footprint. You see it? Right there, look. We are definitely in Beavertown. Beavertown. Awesome. It's all over the place. What did he step in? He stepped in something pink. Hey, girlie. Beavertown. I'm a little bit out of shape from being in the RV all winter. Gotta climb up and down these hills again. Alright. This is an elk antler, I believe. So we're gonna head out from this location. Finding high quality, smaller Onondaga, but nothing big enough for a knife, which is what I'm going for here. So I'll check back in. So I think I'm gonna test this piece with an atlatl, nap it into something. If it'll hold together, you'll see those flaws in there. Might be able to get a small and long point from this. Let's see.
Ooh, look at how it's banging up the hammerstone.
Flint, limestone.
Show that again?
Flint,
No, smooth.
limestone.
Not smooth. That's
Limestone.
the limestone.
Flint is in the center. It's not very good. Blocky. Damaged. Yeah. There it is. There's the flint. Smooth, glassy, limestone, rough, grainy.
Oh, is that a second? Yeah, you can really tell the difference there. It's all very freeze damaged though.
So I'm testing the darker black rock as well to see if anything. That's the shale flint.
Wow, that one's...
We are here in Flinty Beaver Town. Here. Definitely flint. You don't even need to flake that.
Gray stuff.
Yeah. It's got a split here. There we go.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that looks pretty decent.
Yeah, it does. I'll try a flake right here. Good flint.
Good eye spotting that one.
Let's get rid of these little
What is that?
bugs. There we go.
Oh man, look.
Here.
Is that the shale chart as well?
This is not.
It is not.
This
It's got
is
the
not.
brown
This is
cortex,
glossy.
though.
Nice and glossy.
Wow, cool. Good find.
Ooh. Looks like Onondaga to me. Smells like mud. Okay. Good piece right here on this creek.
Very nice.
Cool. Cold as heck.
Yeah, it made my fingertips like really freezing. Freezing cold. That water.
Okay. Blech. Two different kinds of flint here.
Oh, there's another piece.
Yeah, I see one right here.
Yep.
Just little chunks.
Be
Make
good.
little bird
Okay.
points in flint and steel.
Yeah, I was gonna say a striker would be good.
There's another piece.
Oh.
There's a nice
Oh.
piece. Right here. Flake.
Very nice. You can make some bladelets off of that, right?
Yep. I can make a spear point out of this. Super high quality. Cool. There's a lot more snow here. It's way colder today. Up here. Went quite a ways away from where we just were. There's a lot of misty mountaintops today. Looking for flint. driving through the area, and a subscriber who's now a friend lives in the area here, and I just dropped a buttload of flint off at his house as a surprise, right at his right at his front yard. So enjoy that. That was a good amount of flint, and I'm just laughing because I'm imagining the surprise of coming home and seeing flint boulders on my front porch. What the heck? Have fun napping, dude. Oh my god, it is rare. The sky is blue. It's not raining. It's not raining. Look. We're out here looking for flint. Survival, bushcraft, flint knapping, arrowheads, all that good stuff. It's still winter. And some flint for flint and steel. Tin Top is the name given to the gatehouse. The earliest surviving gatehouse in New York. Cool. Get a quick view of it. Oldest surviving gatehouse. That is awesome. Crossing a wooden bridge here. Getting some vertigo. There's the gatehouse. There's the lake. Trying not to look down. Whoa! Vertigo is real. Okay. Cool, man. Alright, we got a pretty decent haul here. From three different creeks. A nice giant brick right here. Another pretty big one. Nice flint. Smaller flint and steel. I'm gonna make a point out of this. This chunk of rock has a lot of freeze damage in it. I'm gonna make a point from this. It being so small to begin with, and having freeze damage. Nice flakes. Blood happens. Flint is sharp. It's got some cracks in there. See a crack here. I'm gonna try to hold it together. If I run a flake up here, it might work, but it might destroy it. Let's give it a try. A light strike, maybe. Got rid of most of it. In particular, sharpness, durability. This kind of looks like the stuff you see in museums around that area, so I wonder. Let's make a little stemmed looking thing. Alright, we're gonna test this. Put it on that ladle, glue it up, give it a test, and then we'll cut the point pine pitched in and give that a test. I'm going to use the at-ladle thrower on a nice big dart. Definitely went in. Was not tied secure enough to make it through the other side. No damage to it. It did hit pretty hard. Tip is still sharp. I forgot to ground the base, so it split the shaft when I threw it the first time. But hafted properly, that would work perfectly for hunting. Just gotta take the time to haft it right. I'm cold, so I'm doing it fast. Alright guys, that's it for me. Getting stuff out of the car and gonna set up camp, set up the tent, go to sleep. See you guys soon.
This one? Jeez, that's heavy. Sorry, I got the other camera in the way.
Piece right here. So this is what I just found. That's all flint. Yeah. I'm gonna take a flake with a whitetail antler. There we go. Good flint. What'd you say? What am I doing? You said, what am I doing? I'm looking for a sea monster that's in this lake. I heard somebody ask, what am I doing? I'm looking. Its name is Champ. It's got a long neck and a head. It's out there, somewhere. I'm looking. I'm not leaving this spot till I see it. Got it on the outladdle. Nice long dart. So I got this to test this. Now I did not haft this very deep, so it might snap right at the haft. But we're gonna test it with that beautiful background. Test the flake of the black. This one's works. There we go. So this is what I've been using. I'm going to add it to my product list. Flint and Steel fire starting kit. To look at the product list, you just click product list.
Where can you see it?
Usually bottom left. So that works. Point came a little loose. That's the exit wound. That's the entrance wound.
I wonder if we can split it to see the path it traveled.
You could try.
Like cut it.
And the point is fine.
Looks like a piece.
Point is missing the tip.
Need some eyes.
So it just needs a tip resharpen. Let's take it out of here. See what we got. Still in perfect condition. Just a little tip thing. Hey guys, we're at the creek. Looking for rock for arrowheads, survival and bushcraft. Tadpole.
Where? There he is.
It's right there. me try this. All right.